Hey everyone, my name is Jacob Sims. I'm currently a senior at Corinth Holders High School. For those of you who don't know me, I love playing sports. Besides that, I love hanging out with friends, going to movies, eating food, all that kind of stuff. So my story isn't all that exciting, and it might sound a lot like yours, but I'm so thankful for everything Jesus has done for me. So to begin, my family has always been a Christian family. I grew up every Sunday morning going to church, and there I would go to Sunday school and learn about God and who he was. So I knew who God was, I just didn't have that relationship with him. And going into 5th and 6th grade, I had everything going for me. I had a great family and a lot of friends. School was going good and all that kind of stuff. Yet some days I would just still feel empty. I would still feel alone. I wasn't happy. And I had this longing in my soul and I didn't know what that was. So going forward into 7th grade, I went to this conference called Meta. And there I had experienced God's pull on my heart that I never felt before, and I experienced the Holy Spirit, and it was just amazing. And like any other conference, at the end they prayed this prayer of salvation. And it was in that moment that I knew if I didn't have God in my life, and if I didn't give to him and surrender my whole life to him, I didn't have any reason to live. So that's what I did, and since then it's been amazing, and he has blessed me beyond words. So before I started following Jesus, despite having everything in my life going for me, I still felt empty. And once I accepted Christ, that no longer was the case. I actually found that joy and that purpose that I had longed for my whole life. You know, with God, I knew that he had a great plan for me, and that despite whatever circumstances I was going through, he would always be there for me and give me the strength to get through them. And I know a lot of people tend to think that once you accept Christ, the rest of your life is going to be, happy, carefree, everything going for you, but that was not the case at all for me. In fact, when I did accept Christ, my life actually got a lot worse. I went through a lot of family deaths, my dog died, a bunch of stuff happened to me. And it was crazy too, because despite all that happening, I was the most at peace that I've ever been before, because I knew that all that was working for the good of God's plan, and I knew that he was with me and walking by me the whole step of the way. So that was awesome. One of the things that I find most is just with my friends, and especially at school too. When I used to live in Michigan, the high school I went to was not really known for having a lot of Christians there. So when I first came and was introducing everyone to my faith, that was a kind of a shock to a lot of them. But having that reputation as a Christian, it was so cool, because a lot of people going through stuff would always come to me, and I would be able to share that love that Jesus had for me to them, and I would be able to walk through them or walk with them through their trials and whatever they were going through, and I was able to help them out with all that kind of stuff. One thing I wish I could tell everyone is that Jesus desires a relationship with you, and he loves you despite your past and whatever you've done. I know points in my life where I'm trapped in sin. I feel that I don't deserve God's love, that God doesn't want a relationship with me. And it is true, I do not deserve God's love, but it's just more amazing because God gives his love to me anyway. And a lot of you, actually all of you, have made mistakes in your life that you regret. I have too, and I want you to know that despite whatever you've done in your past, God still loves you and forgives you for all of that. And even if you are trapped in sin today, he still loves you and desires that relationship with you. So if you don't have one, what are you waiting on?